Well, if you are a fan of suspense, eerie family legends, and stories that keep you up at night, local author Deco Fernardo has something for you. She is here now to talk about her brand new Gothic thriller, The Medici Curse, inspired by her very own travels to Tuscany and packed with secrets, tension, and a haunting sense of place. This book is certainly one you will not want to put down, and we're about to get an up-close look more exactly at why. My friend, thank you for coming on. I'm a little scared already. I mean, I don't typically read thrillers of sorts, but this is a fun book inspired by kind of your own trip. First, I want to start. You're from Huntsville. Let's start there. Grew up here. You didn't always necessarily write per se. You went to law school and things of that nature, but now you just picked up the pen and you just write away these days.
Yes, absolutely. I grew up here. I went to college here. I went to law school in Birmingham, came back, and my husband and I started a practice. We had some children, and then he surprised me with a trip to Tuscany. And his sister lived, or still lives in Tuscany, and has a 300-400-year-old villa. So we went to Tuscany and stayed in that villa. What inspiration, I can tell you.
Okay, so tell me, we don't want to give away too much about the book, but the storyline of the book, again, the Medici Curse. Walk us through a little bit of that, and then also kind of what you experienced in Tuscany. Is this inspired by real events of sorts?
Oh, no, it's all fictitious. Although I will say that the Medicis were a big influence in the book, obviously, because Anna, the main character, is a Medici.
Sure.
So we're presuming that they're still alive. And or that some survived. But anyway, so he surprised me with this trip to Tuscany. We went and toured the Pisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, walked up, went all the little villages, Siena, saw the Palio horse races, went to museums. It was just fascinating. So I absorbed that all, the wineries and the environment, the sunflowers, just gorgeous,
just beautiful inspiration. I can only imagine being in that place and you thought, I have to captivate this in some form. You chose a thriller, though, of all things.
I know.
So kind of walk me through, again, this kind of theme of the book and this storyline. It follows a family curse, so I'm told.
Yes. So you would think Tuscany, romance, but I'm a thriller writer. And so it's a bit of a story. I came back from Tuscany and I said to my husband, you know, it's time for me to write that thriller, write that book. Sorry, not a thriller. So I wrote the book. And not a thriller in the beginning. I wrote it and I put it in the drawer and I left it for years. And I published a couple other books, Cover Your Tracks and The Forgotten Girl. Those are both thrillers. And then this story, the first story, I'd never done anything with, and it's the story of my heart. And I thought, I've got to take it out of the drawer and I have got to rewrite that.
So here it is now.
Yes, and so I wrote this as a thriller.
And here it is. Okay, so tell me again. It takes place in an old mansion of sorts, hundreds of years old.
Yes, an old Medici villa. That belonged to her mother. And I don't want to give away too much, but when she was 12, she suffered from night terrors. And in an episode, she and her mother struggled over an heirloom Medici necklace, diamond and ruby necklace. And the mother fell down the stairs to her death. So her dad whisked her back to America because he was American. And now he's died and she's coming to her mother's estate. So she goes back to this old Medici villa and unsure whether she can live there, unsure whether she's going to just sell it and be done with it. But, you know, it's her heritage.
Sure. There's always got to be that pull of it means something to me, but also kind of paving your own way and maybe leaving things behind. Deco, do you get scared writing your own work?
Oh, no.
No. Do you come up with the whole storyline in advance, or do you just write wherever you do? So you kind of plot it out and then fill the pages, I guess.
Except this one was a little different because I was rewriting it. Yes, it was more literary in the beginning.
What's that like, kind of having an idea initially and then it almost having an own idea of its own years later?
Well, this one in particular? Well, it was a process to rewrite it, you know, because it was a whole new vision. Normally when I get an idea for a story, I get the whole thing. I know the characters, I know the plot line, and I can't get it out on the page soon enough.
But this one was truly in the works.
Yes, this one really took some time. And plus, I had to add in thriller elements. So this isn't just a thriller. It has supernatural and Gothic elements.
Okay. And
dread.
a historical drama too of sorts, right? In a historic villa. Interesting.
Yes, absolutely. And a cursed heirloom, which was the necklace that Anna de Medici struggled with her mother.
I don't know, Deco. I mean, this would be a first for me if I really pick it up and flip through the pages, but I get scared at night, so
No,
we'll see.
don't read at night.
Okay, never at night, just truly in the day. Deco, you're so gifted. We're so excited that, again, this work of art of yours has been years in the making, is now officially published and ready for read. So tell us again one more time where people can get a copy. They're going to be hooked on this story, we know, where we can just stay in touch for more great works of yours.
Right. This weekend on, I believe it's Saturday.
Okay.
I'm going to be at Blue Apple Books.
Okay.
From 3 to 5, and I'll be signing there. I have been at Snail on the Wall bookstore here in
love
5
that
Points.
spot, yes.
Yeah, I love Lady Val. She's awesome.
Yes.
And we had a big event there, and she has books, plenty of books. I've signed those. They're there.
Okay. So
you want them
shop
personalized?
local.
I'll come by and personalize them.
I love it. Again, she's right here in the Valley. Deco sister, congratulations on just this
you,
incredible
Peyton.
life and career that you've lived so far. We know that this is not the last work of yours, and we'll very much be eager for more. So thank you again so much for coming on. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me. And please accept the book.
Thanks. Okay, I will. I know.
I
I will have to read it during the daytime, so we'll see how that goes. And
okay,
I'll have
summer
to report
tween.
back. Yeah.
Summer tween.
Perfect. Thank you so much, my girl. We appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, now.